Mugabe, Allan Okello onside. Okello!
Why it's so difficult for Ugandan footballers to make it to the English Premier League. A case study of Allan Okello. The English Premier League, that is EPL, stands as the pinnacle of global football, an arena where the world's finest talents battle it out week after week in front of millions of fans. For many footballers across Africa, breaking into the EPL is the ultimate dream, symbolizing not only personal success, but also national pride. Uganda, a national team or a nation with passionate people about football, has produced many skillful players, yet few have ever made to English top flight. The story of Allan Okello, arguably one of the most gifted Ugandan footballers of this generation, reveals why this dream remains elusive for many.
And I was actually excited to see Okello once more. I was very, very excited to see Okello once again. Because in the last team, I almost knew each player by name.
Allan Okello burst onto the scene as a teenage prodigy for Kampala Capital City Authority, that is KCCAFC. His dazzling left foot, visionary passing, and composure under pressure made him one of the most exciting talents in Ugandan football history. He inspired KCCA to domestic league success and continental appearances, earning admiration from coaches, fans, and international scouts. His performances earned him a move to Paradou AC in Algeria, a stepping stone to bigger leagues. Yet, despite his promise and consistency, Okello has not broken into the EPL or any of Europe's top 5 leagues. His case forces us to confront the systemic, economic, and structural challenges Uganda players face to enter the big game.
It is me who touch for surely, touch thoroughly Okello Allan, because I know him. He has been in Komboni, he has been coming with me. I went with him to Barra, to Arua under 17, Barra under 14. Now, when I see Okello Allan giving assist, and he's playing good football with a lot of discipline in Uganda Cranes, we are very happy. And people here know we are happy because of FOFA continue following him thoroughly. That's why he's playing football.
One of the biggest challenges for Ugandan players is limited international visibility. Football scouts in Europe rarely attend local Ugandan Premier League matches. Unlike West African countries such as Nigeria, Ghana, and Ivory Coast, Uganda does not have a well-established pipeline for exporting young talent to European academies. Allan Okello's performances at KCCA were mostly seen by local fans and a handful of CAF Confederation Cup opponents. Without frequent participation in continental tournaments or youth development partnerships with European clubs, it becomes difficult for Ugandan talents to stay on the radar of EPL scouts.
See them come around and watch us. We promise that we are going to give our very best.
Even a player like Okello catches the eye of a European club, even if there is the challenge of work permits. The EPL has strict rules regarding non-EU players. After Brexit, these rules became even tougher, requiring players to accumulate a certain number of points based on national team appearances, league strength, and international caps. Uganda, ranked outside the top 50 in FIFA rankings, makes it hard for its players to qualify under these regulations. For instance, a Ugandan player must play almost every competitive match for the national team to even be considered. This becomes a massive barrier for young talents who are still breaking into the national side.
So, Okello, it's Okello! The boy from Bar in Lira! The
Football is not just about natural talent. It's also about the environment in which players develop. Countries like Senegal and Ivory Coast have world-class academies such as Diembas and ASEC Mimosas, which have produced stars like Sadio Mane, Didier Drogba, and Gavino. In Uganda, academies are underfunded, facilities are poor, and coaching standards are inconsistent. Players like Allan Okello often reach the professional level relying on raw talent rather than structured training. By the time they move abroad, they have to adapt to a higher tactical and physical standard, something that shows their progress compared to peers from countries with better youth systems.
Could not see that coming. What a glide and what a finish!
For many Ugandan footballers, the first professional contract abroad is life-changing. This makes them prioritize financial stability over long-term career progression. Okello's move to Paradou AC in Algeria was financially sensible, but Algeria is not a major springboard for EPL clubs compared to Belgium, France, or Netherlands. Some players also face pressure from families and local clubs to sign deals quickly rather than wait for better opportunities. For example, their wives or their mothers can pressurize them to sign deals quicker so that they have financial stability. This short-term approach sometimes locks them into leagues that do not provide adequate exposure to EPL scouts. Breaking into the EPL is not just a matter of skill. It requires mental resilience. Ugandan players who move abroad often face cultural shock, language barriers, and homesickness. These psychological factors, although not very applicable to Okello, affect performance. Okello himself has spoken about the challenge of adjusting to life outside Uganda, particularly in North Africa, where football culture and language are very different. Without strong mentorship and mental preparation, many players struggle to showcase their full potential under such pressure. National team performance plays a key role in elevating players to the global stage. Countries like Senegal, Nigeria, and Morocco have regionally qualified to the FIFA World Cup, putting their stars in front of international scouts. Uganda, despite its passionate fan base, has not qualified for the World Cup and only recently returned to the Africa Cup of Nations after decades. Until Uganda consistently performs at the continental level, players like Okello will find it harder to gain international recognition.